Match number 16 sees the high flying.
By Canada in their first game, they'll want to make amends in this all-African clash right now against the South African side that's missing a few big star names in their midst.
We're underway with Kenya playing left to right. South Africa missing a few of their key players, but they've got plenty of class, and that man there who touched the ball there, the prayer, gets it out to Player of the Year in 2011, South Africa, ball on the inside, and the tackle had to be made by Oyo. Africa reaching at it, the advantage is over. So Swapi has it, he's got Werner Kok out to his left. Now Werner Kok, we know how strong he is on defense, and that tackle's a little high over the shoulder. Wanting to get on with it as Africa quickly taps it, moves it along to Sage, out to Snyman, the captain. Good ball movement here, Chris Dry, one more pass. Branko de Prayer tries to go on the outside, can't get around Umbachi, and that's wonderful defense from Kenya.
Outstanding from them. They were desperate right at the end, but what a tackle on Dupree as he had to put the brakes on. Try saving for definite. Just see here, Chris Dry puts him into space. Excellent covering across, so look at that tackle, desperation. And then straight on his feet there, the number 3, Dennis Umbachi. Commitment to the cause.
Since 1976, the Hong Kong Sevens has been an annual event, and South Africa have never won in Hong Kong. De Prayer loops around, now Werner Kok. Here's the first try.
Wow, Willie, this is a training ground move from South Africa, perfectly executed, off the line out. Dupree comes round on the run around. Simple little loop pass from Snyman, and Werner Kok runs a lovely straight line. So difficult to defend when perfectly executed like that.
Philip Snyman was the key there. He took the ball off Chris Dry, which brought in the halfback, which meant that there had to be a gap somewhere. And have a look at this. It's Snyman that takes the first defender out. That he's got to commit. That creates the space. Werner Kok did the rest. Perfect start for Neil Powell's men. They lead 7-0. Named in 2 of the dream teams this year. Werner Kok, strongest player over the ball and great impact player off the bench, but he gets a start here. They go deep to the Blitzbokker, down to where Dennis Umbachi fights, and this is very unusual tactic from Kenya. They've just given possession back to South Africa, the chip and chase. Africa can't get there. Kenya showing why you don't kick possession away to a player with the quality and the class of someone like South Africa. They're running it, going across the field now. There's the tackle made, and now it's the prayer that'll pick up the second try for South Africa. Crazy tactics here from Kenya.
Well, I mean, it was an absolute horror show from a Kenyan perspective. Started with that box kick, terrible decision, and then it's all about pressure. South African pressure. I mean, what that is, I've got absolutely no idea what the attempt at the offload is on the floor there. But Dupree pounces. South Africa just extending their lead.
Closing in on that 1,000 points mark, 998 for Branko de Prayer. South Africa has scored over 1,000, but you're so right, good tackle here by Snyman. That was the key, put him right around, got him right around the bootlaces, and then just great pressure.
It was, but a horror show from Magera. I don't know what he's doing with that offload there. Just take the tackle, set the breakdown, go again.
1-2-0-9 South Africa. Siabello Sinatla on Super Rugby duties. He had amassed 900 points in such a short time as Dennis Umbachi gets the ball. They're not going to kick it on this occasion. They get it to where Lugonzo passes, but it's just that swarming defence. They spend so much time doing the Blitzbokker and communicating, making sure that they all push up together. They don't miss too many tackles. The South African side, hence the reason they're the #1 team in the competition at the moment. He never released it there. Says he did.
Clear release.
Magero. And there you go, the top and the best tackle completion, South Africa, by a long way.
I mean, Neil Powell, South African coach, prides himself, man in shot there on that South African defence. Really focuses hard at making sure that his side attack the breakdown at every opportunity and making the opposition work incredibly hard if they're going to score any points against them.
Into the contact they go. Werner Kok again, so strong, and he gets the penalty on this occasion. Chris Dry says, let's get on with it. 2 tries, let's try and make it 3. Africa. Some nice stepping and then lovely strength shown from South Africa.
Roll away, please. Leave it.
Dry will tap. Chris Dry thought about reaching out, gives it to his skipper. There's the 3rd.
I mean, it's a super try from Snyman, but it comes from an unbelievable turnover from Werner Kok. Wins the penalty for his side. And then it's all about pressure. Chris Dry goes quickly, draws in 2 Kenyan defenders. The offload is a straightforward one to Snyman.
This to bring up 1,000 points in his short career. What a player he has been for the Blitzbokkers since making his debut in Wellington in 2009. Congratulations, Branko de Preer. He joins the 1,000 club. What a moment.
Incredible moment for him. Look at the all-time point scorers for South Africa. They joins a very, very well-established list of incredible players, and what a servant he's been for the Blitzbokker team.
He's hardly missed an event since he's made his debut. The sweeper, like South Africa, said that his ambition was to beat New Zealand in New Zealand when he first started playing.
Happy? Time on.
Well, they may have looked a little rusty last night, South Africa, in the victory against France, but they've got it out on the right side of the bed this morning. Clinical performance in the opening 6 minutes as Kenya just can't get anything right. Collins and Jed are losing the ball there. And the contact and more possession for the Blitzbokker.
Sloppy. You just can't get ball stripped there. Great work from South African perspective, but a man with the experience and quality of Collins and Jed will be disappointed at losing the ball there.
Crouch.
Wide scrum out here on the right-hand side for South Africa.
Set.
Wouldn't be surprised, just a quick strike, and they push it quickly into the hands of de Preer. See where he can create some magic in the middle.
Here goes Branko de Preer again, setting it up for Africa. He's got Soiswapi on the outside. Beats the first defender inside the 22. They go. Good counter-ruck coming in from Kenya, and they'll win the penalty. Lugonzo, I think it was, and Jeda wants to get on with it, taps it quickly. Gives it to Tunga in 12. They'll get another penalty. Kenya desperate to score some points here. Collins and Jeda, who started the competition level with Dan Norton as the top try scorers in the history of the game. The Sevens now trails by 2, and they'd love to get their teammate over the line. Dennis Mbachi, who has scored a try. Good hands there to hold on to it from Samuel Olech. They pick and go down the left-hand flank, and now Mbachi scored one yesterday. Will score one today.
Well, Willie, Kenya has suddenly woken up. Brought to the game that physical edge. We know they can, so direct, dominating in the tackles. That's a simple 1-2, but Mbachi makes that look so straightforward, but has the presence of mind to beat de Preer and then fend off Snyman before he gets to the line.
Well, they needed to score to stay in the match, Kenya. The try is out wide, the conversion unsuccessful. 3 tries to 1 as we approach half-time. 21-5 at the break.
And with all the stats, none more so than this 21-5 lead that South Africa currently got against Kenya.
Good take there by Tunga. Went high, kept his eyes on the ball, and Kenya scored just at the break. Andrew Monde goes down the blind side flank, down the blind side. Now it's Tunga again, who started it with a good take from the kickoff. That's not a good pass, though. Discipline starting to be a problem here for the Blitzbokker, which is very unusual to say because one of the most disciplined sides. But Kenya now seem to have some momentum, and Jeddah gets it out wide and then stays in support of Oyo. Monde's been good for them. Takes two defenders to bring him down. Werner Kok thought about trying to steal it, but then it was Jeddah that gets it and clears it out to Olic. Out to where Ombachi stands strong. A lot of defensive work here. Chris Dry in with the counter-attack. Then Jeddah out to Tunga. Now the wide pass. Just one to beat, stepping on the inside, and oh, you pretty thing. In he goes. Kenya strike first in the second half.
Wow, the perfect start this second half. Coach Innocent Simmer, you would be delighted with this Kenyan side. Exactly what they needed. Really good pressure on South Africa. And Nelson Oyo, lovely little step off that right foot. Glides over.
Scored the winning try in their first ever cup win against Fiji and Singapore 12 months ago. It was a 60-metre run. They were out on their feet both sides in that passage of play. And has he brought his team back a little closer?
Well, Willie, I think what's worth noting is the fact that South Africa have been so clinical, converted every single try they've got so far. Kenya not managing to do the same, and look at the difference that's made. 3 tries to 2 South Africa lead, but 21-10, still 11 points in it.
Yeah, it's a good point that you make, just how important those conversions are. As mentioned earlier, we've had 25,258 of them.
We're on fire today, Willie.
Do you want to count them? Do you want to recount them? Africa goes high, and this is the first chance that they've actually had to get their hands on possession. Dry, lovely, quick hands, gets it along, and now Swapi goes in and out, turns them inside out to Werner Kok. Kok is strong and fast! South Africa are back.
Well, the perfect response from the Blitzbokker. South Africa takes that restart perfectly. Lovely offload out the back. They push it to the width. And the pace of this man, Werner Kok, is so strong there. Anyone watching the game, perfect placement of the ball in the left hand, frees up his right so he can fend the defender away. Great effort from him.
That's a given from a position so close for South Africa. And Werner Kok picks up a double. He gets a brace in this game, and he is worth so many valuable points. This amazing young athlete, so strong on defense, but they're showing his strength on attack.
He's one of the linchpins of this South African side. Everything that's good comes around him, and particularly at the breakdown. He wins so much ball. He's ferocious in the tackle zone.
4 tries to 2, the conversions, they've really added up, and that's gone the 10 metres just over the head of Chris Dry. You could see him trying to batter it back, and Tim Agaba has come onto the field, makes an immediate impact. The big frame of the number 8, Tim Agaba.
Cracking turnover, wasn't it, Willie? The moment he got on that ball, you could tell from all the way up here, there was no shifting him at that point. Wedged on it.
Well, I know there are plenty of tall buildings in Dubai as well as here in Hong Kong, but Agaba, he is a beast of a man. Runs a nice line there, and they give it wide out to Nel, Ruhan Nel. Back against the heavy traffic and into the captain of Kenya. Nice work from Davids out to Africa. There's 2 of the veterans, 2 of the greats in South Africa, and Collins and Jeddah. The only times where they have crossed paths in their wonderful careers, and there's Agaba with a beautiful pass. Here comes a hat-trick for Werner Kok.
Well, Tim Agaba must be able to hear us from up here. Willie, because not only has he demonstrated how strong he is in the contact zone, he can bring the physical edge, but this kid can play too. Spots the fact that Kenyan defence have flown up. And that is a lovely weighted pass off the left hand. 20 yards straight into the breadbasket of Werner Koch for his hat-trick. Drinks on him this evening.
South Africa, a 29-year-old, 146 tries, over 240 conversions. Was the first South African to break 1,000 points, and what about that? From a difficult angle, broke the 1,000 points in Tokyo in 2005, and his teammate and halfback Branko de Pree joins him here in Hong Kong in 2017. Selvin David's on debut here. Maya Dula takes it from the restart, and now Kenya will look to try and score their third try. Well, it's an unusual tactic, we don't see that too often, but really does ask questions, and now Davids gets to the ball first. So Swampy wants it. Wow, look at the confidence from this young man. First tournament, not afraid to go into the contact. He may have lost the ball here though.
Stay up, you want to compete, please.
I'm sorry, Willie, that is just dumb play from a Kenyan perspective. 35-10 down, 45 seconds on the clock, and you kick it back to South Africa. I'm not quite sure what they're thinking there, but they are just playing into the hands of this Blitzbokker team, who will drill it deep into the Kenyan half and just run the clock down.
Oh, that's a great kick. That's a super kick from this young 23-year-old, and you can't give possession away to a quality side like South Africa. So last moments of the game, last passage of play, 5 tries to 2. Garba goes high and brings it down. Davids now gets it into Gans along the chain. So Swampy's lost it, and that'll be a disappointing end to what has been a very good Blitzbokker performance. They continue their unbeaten record here in Hong Kong for 2017. A victory against France, and now a good one against Kenya by 35 points to 10. Of course, the hat-trick to Werner Koch.